Shoot! Hi, I'm the Moorlander, and this is Moorlander EDC. Outside, in the cold, it is unbelievably cold today. Having a bit of a cold snap again. But during the week, I was really trying to work out what I wanted to do today. There was quite a few things that I'd just been umming and ahhing between, trying to think, should I do this, should I do the other? It was down to two things, and I really was struggling what to do it on. And I thought, do you know what? Let's do it the best way possible. Let's take out a coin. And then it hit me. Coins. I've not done coins yet. It's a bit of an EDC little thing. Some people like to carry coins. For a long time I've always carried a coin, or I've carried some dice in my pocket. Just for little things for me. The tradition of carrying coins goes back to lots of different things. Whether they're challenge coins, which you may know from people from military backgrounds, having survived a certain, or it's gone through a certain war or an operation, you get a challenge coin after that to help to commemorate, and just the fact that you've got through something like that. People consider those as quite lucky. Whether it's like myself, I purely carry a coin just for those simple decisions. I've just finished work. I fancy a pint. Shall I take a pint on the way home? Coin says yes, let's go for a pint. Ooh, I think that was my second slice of pizza. Should I take a third slice of pizza? Coin says no. Silly little things like that for me. That's why I carry a coin. Some people carry a coin like a mood coin. It's something that, as a ritualistic style thing. If you're particularly stressed, feeling anxious, you can take the back of a coin and just, it takes you to somewhere, helps you to get into a position that makes it easy for you. Lots of different reasons why we all carry coins, or at least a special coin that's different from legal tender. So what I thought I'd do today is show you my coins that I have here. And while I'm turning the camera around to look at these, if at any point during this video you think, I quite like this content, then please mash on that like button. If you'd like to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to share my content, hit share, that would be great. But for now, let's turn the camera around and let's have a little closer look at my coins. So my first coin here, my first and second coin are made by the same manufacturer. If you Google search for Carpe Diem coins, you'll see one of the first examples of these. So there are two versions of this one. There is Carpe Diem, which is Latin for seize the day, and there's also Carpe Nocturne, which is this version, which is seize the night. So on this coin, it is absolutely stunning. It looks exactly as a copper coin that you'd get here in the UK. You'd get from the Royal Mint. All of the stuff, and I'm going to have to stick with stuff because I'm not a massive coin expert, so I couldn't exactly tell you what all of this filigree and the lip on the edge was called, but all of the stuff on here, it looks absolutely amazing. So on the Carpe Nocturne side, you can see that there is a tree with the moon shining through the tree, and then across the top it says "Quam bene vivas refert non quam diu," which is Latin, and in English means how well you live makes a difference, not how long you live, which I thought was quite nice. I quite like the sentiment in that. Mrs. Moorlander's forever saying what a grumpy person I am, and I thought, hey, I'll get a grumpy coin. Then on this side, there is another quote on here which says, "Tempus edes rerum more vincit omnia," which again in English means devouring time, death conquers all. It's pretty morbid, but in a weird way, I quite like that. And on this side, you have a small skull with leaves, and just, time has really worn through this skull, and you can see that it's just, it's been grown over. I really like this. Now, I mentioned that there's two versions, so there's the Carpe Diem and there's the Carpe Noctem. You find with the Carpe Diem coin that you've got more kind of rousing, yes, let's go conquer the world kind of things, whereas this one is like, don't worry, we're all going to die kind of stuff. So depending on your outlook on life, whether you're a half full kind of person or a half empty cup kind of person, you could go for Carpe Diem or Carpe Noctem, and there's a few different versions of each. There is a copper, a brass, a stainless steel. I believe there's also a silver version as well, but if you have a look on the website, I'll leave the links in the description below, you'll be able to see the other coins from this manufacturer. Now, I did say that I have two versions of these, so this was another one that I picked up on Kickstarter. I saw this and I thought, wow, this is incredibly intricate, and I like a lot of the stuff that's on here. So this is more of a Viking inspired coin. On this side, hopefully you'll be able to see that there is a Vizier on there, which is the Nordic or Viking Compass, one of the first large seafaring nations that decided to go out around the world. You had the British, which were an amazing seafaring nation, but you also had the Vikings, which again were incredibly good seafaring people. Although I believe I'm not of Viking descent, although my real surname comes from the word for son of Loki, so I guess there must be something in there, but given both of our nations' rich heritage in seafaring, I was really attracted to this coin. So on this side, as I mentioned, you've got the Vizier. Apologies if there is a translation error or if I say that slightly wrong, but you've got your northeast, southwest, and then your south, southeast, southwest, and then around the outside there is some more runic runes. Then on the flip side, you can see that there is Odin or Udin, or however it's pronounced in the correct term. So again, apologise for my anglicised version of the pronunciation. But here we have Odin with his spear, his helm, and his shield. Flying around Odin, you then have his crows, and Odin is riding his majestic steed with 8 legs. Weird little fact, that's where a lot of people believe that Santa Claus and Christmas comes from. Man with a white beard flying through the sky with 8-legged or 8 reindeers. That's where that's believed to have come from. But this is, again, the same manufacturer, and it's absolutely stunning. It feels really, really, really nice. It has a weathered look to it, so that again it feels like a coin that's been in circulation for a long time, and that's what I really like about these two. My next one up is actually a coin that has been through circulation. Back in the 70s, the UK went from they went through from their old currency into decimalisation currency. So this is a half crown from the 1950s. So this has been UK tender. On the back here, you can see you have the coat of arms for the 4 kingdoms within the United Kingdom. There is a little nod to the Kingdom of Moorlands in here. I'm not going to show it to you. Obviously, being the king of the Moorlands, it's important that I do point out that the Kingdom of the Moorlands is on here. Supposedly, but then on the back you can see that the head of state at the time was George VI. So on the back here you've got George VI's face. I don't know what attracted me to this coin. I'm a firm believer in being British and the significance of our 4 nations staying together and staying strong. I come from a mixed heritage of Welsh, English and Scottish, so having something like this, it does mean a little bit more to me, and plus it's a half crown, because it's not really a full crown for King George VI, mainly because obviously I wear a crown here in the Moorlands some days. But they don't always have to be coins. Now this is an important thing. So I've shown you a couple of actual coins that look really like coins, but there are some other coins that I do carry that aren't necessarily coins like this, for example. So my grandfather passed away last year, which was obviously it was a sad event, but through clearing out his house, I came across this. I can only imagine that it is off a radiator or off a valve. You know, you've got that standard square that tends to go onto those style valves. There is some really kind of aggressive knurling around the outside of this, and it's just got this beautiful weathered patina to it. On the front, hopefully you can see turn left for colder, turn right for hotter, and it's just nice and plain on the back. There's something very fidgety about this, being able to just slowly move your fingers through this groove here, and just, I don't know, it's just got a nice fidget factor to it, and it's quite soothing. Also, just holding it to just run your thumb over that knurling there. Again, it doesn't always have to be a coin. This is something that is coin-like, that if needed to, I could toss like a coin, that I could have a head and a tail, but also for me it has some significance, because this is something that was in my grandpapa's toolkit. It was something that I found in the bottom one of the bottom of his toolboxes. We also have here, again, it doesn't necessarily always have to be a coin or legal tender as such. It's perfectly fine if you wanted to have something that is coin-like. This was sent to me, actually this was a bit of a surprise, so I won this as part of a Facebook group I contributed to the most that month, and then there was a raffle, and this was sent to me from Reaper Custom Knives. Again, I'll leave all of the links to the bottom of this. So what you've got here is a beautiful brass coin, and on the back it says Reaper Knives of England 2020, and then you have this little laser engraved. It looks like three oh, it's do you know what, I've only just noticed this. It is hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil, but instead of being three wise monkeys, you've there got three skulls. But this is the side, you know, this has clearly been done with a hammer or some sort. Maybe it's done with a die, and then they've been hit into this. But the guys at Reaper Knives make lots of these style coins, and again, this just feels really nice that you've got the variants on one side. It's nice and rough. On the other side, it's nice and smooth. Even with that laser engraving, it's a very shallow engraving, so you don't really feel the texture there. It's a very good flipper, mainly because you've got that heads and you've got that tails. And just fidgeting with a coin. I really need to learn how to do that bit on the back as well. But the last coin that I have is probably even further from a coin, but still very coin-like. This is something again that I got from Kickstarter. When this came to me, this was incredibly polished brass, and I decided to do a force patina on it. I'm more than happy to do videos in the future if anybody wants to know how to do a force patina. So this is using ammonia. There is a swirl on there, and hopefully you might have seen on the bottom in this is a tungsten carbide bead that's inlaid into it. So as you can imagine, you can put that down, spin it round, and then you'll see the twirls happening on the top. This is it's a great flipper, mainly because you've got one side from another that denotes a head or a tail. It's got some great weight to it, but it's also a really nice just little fidgeter, so that you put it down on the desk at work, spin it round, and just kind of stare into it, and it just distracts you. I think that's what we need sometimes. We need a positive distraction from work, and just being able to take 2 minutes to spin this and just sit and watch it, clear your head, get back to work. You know, jobs are good. And so coins are a very easy thing to add to your EDC, whether it's old legal tender like the half crown that I have here, or the Viking coin that I have here. You know, there's lots of different places that you can get them. If you're looking, look at eBay, look at Etsy. There's lots of different creators. I'll leave links to all of the manufacturers in the link below, so you can go to those if you want to. None of those are affiliate links, so I'm not taking anything from this. This is purely just to help out some of those manufacturers and people that make these absolutely amazing coins. They deserve a lot of credit from the sheer craftsmanship that goes into a lot of this sort of stuff. I'll also leave some of my links in the description below. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at Moorlander_EDC. I'm also on Facebook as well, but I tend to be on Instagram a little bit more. But for now, don't forget to stay safe, stay Moorlander, and stay EDC.